Hey, good afternoon. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Saturday, the 25th of May 2024. This is my weekly analysis video where we have a look at some of the Forex pairs I'm trading on the daily time frame using the high probability and divergence trading methods from my books. So it's these two books, high probability and the divergence book. Keep in mind, I've released my latest book a month or so ago. This one here, Profitable Forex Trading Using High and Low Risk Strategies. Now, I am trading this live in my private trading, a couple of the strategies from this, and going pretty well actually on most of them. So it's pretty good going. There's some good stuff in this book. Just gives you a different way of looking at different ways of trading. All right, let's get into it. First up, thanks for watching the video. If you do like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe button. I know they're not the most exciting videos on the planet, but I'm just to get a message across and we'll just go over a few trades. Trading is not a very exciting subject at the best of times, but all right. Normally what we do is have a look at the news for the week ahead. So this is the Forex Factory free economic calendar. The good things about it, other than it's free, is I can set it up into my local time frame, which for me, time zone, which for me is Indochina. I live in Cambodia, so it's the same as Bangkok, same as Ho Chi Minh City. Basically I think it's about 12 hours, I'll tell you exactly, 12 hours difference from 13 hours difference from New York. At the moment, daylight saving must be somewhere. Yeah, so this is the, and I'm only looking at major news events, so that's why I only see red squares on mine. If you open yours, you might see yellow, you might see orange, medium impact, low impact events. Because I'm trading on the daily charts, I'm only interested in the high impact news events. So it's a pretty quiet week. That's the whole week there. Talking head out of Japan on Monday. Holiday in the UK and the US on Monday. I'm not sure what that's for. Monday, May 27th. Got no idea. Tuesday, the US CB consumer confidence, Australian CPI numbers on Wednesday. Germany prelim CPI numbers on Wednesday. Thursday, prelim GDP out of the US, unemployment. US and pending home sales out of the US. Friday, Canada GDP, and out of the US core PCE price index. If you want to know what any of these are, all you do is click on, see if we can find out what the holiday's about. Memorial Day, there you go. I didn't know, I should have been aware of that one. It's a military type holiday. And in the UK, it's spring bank holidays. So you just click on this little yellow box over here and it'll give you the information on what these news events relate to. So it's a pretty quiet week news-wise. There's not much happening. But keep in mind, this is only scheduled by appointment type news. There can be something from left field, unexpected, something happens in the world somewhere, someone fires a missile at someone they shouldn't be firing missiles at, stuff like that. All right, so let's get on the charts. So I use TradingView for all of my charts, but before we get onto that, I'll just bring up this Word document here. This just explains. Now, most of the people that watch these videos have read my book, so you understand the whole process and all the setups and that. But just have a read of this, pause the video, have a read if you wish. I understand that English is not everyone's first language, so you may have a bit of trouble understanding things, but you may be able to read things a little easier. I do put subtitles on my videos, but having said that, they are in English also. But like I said, some people can read, might not understand the Australian accent, so that's why the subtitles are there. Have a read of this, just explains all the different colours I use on the charts, but generally I'd go through it. They're very obvious too. The main thing is this bottom indicator is the MACD Platinum. It's a zero lag MACD, oscillates around the zero level. So here on the left here, you'll see where my big yellow circle is. That's a zero level. Oscillates around, so it goes up and through, always goes back to the zero level eventually. Generally, I'm looking to sell when it's above the zero level and buy when it's below the zero level. And I use this as a trade management tool. All right, let's have a look. All right, this is my watch list on the right. I am not a trade signal provider. This is just a sample of pairs that I choose to follow. I can change these at any time, which I do, and on occasions, in alphabetical order, highlighted in different colors. Light blue means there's trade or trades on and some action's been taken. Orange means I want to talk about it in the video today. Dark blue means a trade on, no action taken, no highlight, no trade. And just for Monday, there is no new open trades, but there will be some trade management. So we'll go through it. All right, let's start with the Aussie Swiss. Now, normally the most recent trade will be on the right with information. So you'll see the pair, the date, the signal, and my thoughts behind the trade. If you see information on the left, it's just normally the basics, the date, the signal, and any trade management. So in this case, there was a buy on the 24th of April, and there's my trade management. Now, I call all these trades at the time. So for me, the new daily candle opens at 4 a.m. local. Generally, I've got my alarm set for 6:30, so that's when I get out of bed. A lot of times I'm already up because the way I sleep, my sleep patterns are woeful. So I'm awake at 4 a.m. sometimes, a lot of times. So I actually get on the charts very early. And if there's a new trade, I'll take a screenshot and post those screenshots in the groups, that's in the Facebook group and the Telegram channels, and also to a shared folder. So it's very transparent, and it's not called after the fact, sort of called pretty close to the entry level. And most of these trades I'm taking my private trading, so they're not far off. So yeah, it's all very transparent. Any trade management is also called in the group. So in this case, on the 30th of April, closed half. So I'm thinking that might be in here somewhere. So on the open of this candle, I closed half, and that was called in the groups at the time. And I moved my stop up, and that's called in the groups. So we're in this buy here. Remember, blue, basically the buy, red's the sells. And it's gone up nicely, gone up nicely. I'm trailing the stop loss, so we can't lose on this buy at all, which is great. Then on Friday, took up on the open, so the signal's there. You take the trade on the open of the next candle, which was Friday's candle, and it's gone against me. It was a sell. It's a high risk trade. Look at the trend. Look at the moving averages. They're heading up, but the MACD Platinum is above the zero level. It's got a lower high on the MACD Platinum and a higher high in price, so it's regular bearish divergence. And so it's a high risk trade, but I've got divergence there, and I've got the protection of a no lose buy trade on, so I've got some insurance. Now, a lot of people don't like trading this way with trades on in opposite direction at the same time. Some people can't do it because of the jurisdiction, but it's the way I trade. I just like to trade this way, and I'm comfortable. It just gives me peace of mind. Sure, I could close if I'm fully committed to this sell trade, and you've got to go into thinking every trade's a loser, potential loser. You don't go in thinking every trade's a potential, well, it is a potential winner, but you don't go in there thinking every trade's going to win. You know trade's going to lose. So that's why you have this sort of insurance or protection. That's the way I trade. It's just the way I'm comfortable doing it. Some people will go fully committed to the sell, close out the buy for a nice profit. But if this just comes down a little bit and bounces up and goes back up again, then I'm not cashing in on that buy. I might lose on the sell, sure, but yeah, it's just, you're never going to pick exact tops, bottoms, etc. So this is just a way of locking in some profit and give me some peace of mind. So it's a sleep test. If I can sleep at night, then I'm comfortable with my trading sort of thing. So it's the Aussie Swiss in two trades. The buys can't lose, and the sell, we're going against me at the moment. The stop's all the way up here, no drama at the moment. Aussie, New Zealand, Australian dollar versus New Zealand dollar. It's a pair I do like trading. It's tough because if you look at the Aussie USD and the New Zealand USD, they fairly well move together a lot of the time. So you think it would be pretty easy to trade the Aussie New Zealand, but sometimes it's not. They go in different directions, but it does move nicely at times. As you can just look back here, you can see some nice moves. So we're in the sell from the 8th of May, high risk trade, trading against the uptrend. So I took the trade in here. Look at the moving averages stacked to the upside. Price, you got that divergence there, and it's come down nicely. 16th of May, closed half. I'm thinking about in here somewhere. The reason I closed in here is because price has got to the MAs. The MACD Platinum is already through the zero level, had been through the zero level for a while, but there's not enough movement there to take any profit. As soon as it gets down to these MAs, That's when I'm starting to lock in a bit of profit. As you can see, it struggled a bit at the moving averages before falling away nicely again. Now we're down at this the 240 moving average, which is it's a 240 linear weighted moving average, which is pretty much the same as the 200 EMA. If you put a 200 EMA on the chart, it'll be pretty close to it. And the 200 is a big moving average. A lot of people watch. The bigger institutions and that's one of their favorite moving averages. And we've got this potential hidden bullish divergence forming. It's not it's over a long distance. It's probably not a great one, but it's still very valid. I keep on adjusting these lines every day until if they're no longer valid, I just remove them. For example, if price just kept on falling down and went below that, it's no longer valid, just remove it. But it's just a bit of preparation, that's all it is. So we'll probably try and lock in more profit on this. Eventually, we'll get a buy signal. Eventually, it always happens, unless this is going to go to zero, which I can't see happening. So we'll get a buy signal. It's just a matter of trailing this stop down across the top of the fractals. Then we'll look to get it into the moving averages somewhere. But it's all good. CAD Swiss. I might have made a bit of a boo-boo on this one, and it's highlighted in orange because I closed it. So I took this buy on the 14th of May. Went up nicely, then it struggled up here. This is the previous high. This line was already drawn on the chart. The MACD Platinum, we had this bearish candle here. The MACD Platinum, if you look down here, is poking through the zero level. Just poking through there. I probably should have waited a day. I should have waited a day, I think, because that's only the blue line that's through, not the red line, which is the main line to look at. But my concern was that it struggled to break this previous high here, and it's had this bearish candle. We're coming back to the entry price. And I just closed the trade. Basically just called it on Friday. It's closed the trade for a small profit. As the MACD was through the zero level, and price struggled to break the previous highs. So we didn't have a loss here, but in hindsight, after watching Friday's candle go straight back up, probably the smart thing would have been to bring a stop loss in nice and tight, just below, maybe around probably should have been prepared to bring my stop up a lot tighter and see if it held just around the moving averages there. In hindsight's a great tool, isn't it? I know one of the guys on the Telegram channel said they didn't close it, even though I did, and kudos to them because they made the right call. I didn't. But I didn't lose, which is an important thing, and it's just one I regret. Just add it to the list, many regrets in life. So I've closed that. I've just left it on the chart. So I'll show you guys what I've did. I'll tidy up this chart once the video's done. So it's a CAD Swiss. Euro Aussie, highlight in orange means I'm doing something. All right, so on Monday, let's just run through it. We're still in this sell from the 25th of April, Anzac Day. So we've come down here. Closed half on the 29th. I'm thinking that might be in here somewhere. Yep. So on the open of this candle, MACD Platinum was through the zero level and price was at a previous low. So closed half here, which looked like a good move, smart move by me, because it just shot up the next day, big time. And keep in mind, I hadn't moved my stop down. Stop was only 165,426, 65426. So our stop was just a bit still up here somewhere. Then it's rolled over again, which is great. Come down, and I've moved my stop down. I don't know what date that was. I don't know why I didn't mark the date on that one. But I've moved it down again since the 14th of May. So I've moved it inside the entry, so I can't lose on the sell, which is great. Now we're going to buy here. It's a high risk trade because trading against a new trend, downtrend forming. No supporting divergence, but I do have the protection of a partial no-lose sell trade on. So when I took this buy, I couldn't lose on the sell trade. So that gave me some peace of mind. Another thing is price is a fair distance from the moving averages. So generally price will go to the moving averages or the moving averages will come to price, one of the two. So in this case, I took the buy in here and it's just gone sideways, dropped down, came to this previous low. That's when I draw this trend line across here. If I can't get my hands moving properly. Had a big night last night, my brain stopped quite working. Yeah, so we come down, now we've bounced up nicely and we're heading up. Now, the MACD Platinum is through the zero level, just both lines, and price has touched the moving average. So on Monday, just to give me some protection, 27th is Monday, I'm going to move my stop up to 163.161. So let's move it up now. So there's the original stop. And so 163.161, all right? So I'm going to move it up there. So that's where I'm putting the stop. I'm tightening it right up. So if it does roll over to the downside, it's only a very small loss. I've reduced my risk by about 90% there on this trade. So that's what happened on Monday. Stop up to 163.161, the Euro Aussie buy. So I'm just not convinced this has got much more in it. So I'm thinking this might roll over. I don't know. If it does, then I'll just matter of dragging this stop down on the sell, and that'll help offset this loss on the buy side. All right, moving along, because I'm dragging out a bit. EuroCAD, no trades on. Still regretting not taking that buyback here, but that's hindsight. Euro USD, I'll just tidy this up a bit. I'm in a buy still from 24th of April. Here. There's my trade management. 7th of May I closed half, so I'm thinking that might be in here somewhere. MACD Platinum through the zero level, and prices at the moving averages are struggling a bit. Close half, drag my stop up, then I've two more stop adjustments, which puts that stop in that position there. Then we've taken this sell on the 23rd of May. You've got this resistance level and price, or a double top there. It initially went in my favour, but Friday wasn't kind, and it's popped up again. Stops up here. This level here is a green. These green lines are a major level. In this case, it's the 1.1, just a big round number. But we're nowhere near that at the moment. If it goes up, if it gets up to that, it means I've lost on the sell and I'm winning on the buy side. So again, it's like a hedge sort of trade. But this is only half a position, and this one's full position at the moment. And you got to remember, half and full, it varies too, on depending on what I thought of the trade at the time. So my risk percentage, I like double tops. Resistance levels on the higher time frames in Forex, they seem to work a lot of the time, not all the time. You know, that's why the stop's above it. I could drag this line across further, and it may pop up there again and bounce off again. Who knows? Pound Swiss, we're in a buy trade from the 16th of May. It's going up nicely. Trailing my stop now. I'll close half on the 21st. So where was that? 21st. Yeah, just on the open of this candle there. Yep. So there's a bit of profit on the table. The MACD Platinum was already through the zero level, so I closed half and brought my stop up, put myself on no lose position. So obviously clear these highs now. We'll just keep this line on the chart, see if it comes, maybe come down and be a support level. You know, sometimes support turns into resistance, resistance turns into support. Pound yen, I'm still in this trade. I'm thinking about, I don't know, been in forever, 15th of December. It's a buy trade. I'm removing this pair, remove when done. I'm trading this yen, I'm trading this pair in my private trading on the 8-hour charts at the moment, but it's another system that is much better suited to the trending markets, and this is probably the trendiest of the pairs at times. So yeah, we're in a buy, can't lose. You can see all my trade management there. I'm going to drag this stop up again, probably just below this low here. But no rush at the moment. I'll give it a day or so. But that's my next sort of aim for the stop to push up. What do we get in at 181 something? 18127. What's it? 19973. One of those big trades. Pound New Zealand in a buy, going nowhere fast. Now this was a little bit. There's a nice support level and price here, but there was New Zealand interest rate news coming out on the day I took this trade, and I nearly paid the price for it. You can see it opened there, spiked down. If you're watching this on the day, you would have seen all this. My stop was there below the low. It didn't come close, but it had me a little bit nervous, thinking out of the trade in one day. That's not very, not very good. And this is my third go at this. Like, these blue lines represent previous goes of buying on this pair. So yeah, it's going nowhere fast. But in hindsight, I must admit, in my private trading and one of my prop firms, I'm doing all these moves in here actually paid for my rent this month, so it's not too bad. And I was long, so it's just the way this my prop firm trading setup, where I got in multiple positions on the buy side, and it got me out at a good profit a couple of times, all on that move from the news. But yeah, this buy, we're going nowhere fast. We're just meandering at the moment. We're in a buy there. Pound USD is nothing going. There's it's a lot like the Euro USD. The Pound USD, Euro USD tend to move very similar. Nothing there. This big round numbers are 1.25 level, the green dash line there. So it's a big, if you go back in history, you have a look where price bounces around it a bit. It's like a magnet. We've still got this high here. It has technically been broken. Well, Friday's pushing up through it, but we'll see. New Zealand CAD, no trades on. I wish I was in that buy. There's a nice, see what I see, buy support level there, or a double bottom, or even call that maybe a triple bottom. This signal here, and I did take it in my private trading based on something else, using the QMP filter. Right, when I say something else, I've got no other magic system. I've just got different ways of looking at how I enter trades and how I manage trades. Still using the same indicators for all of my trading. Nothing changes there. If you read the latest book, you'll notice there's Bollinger Bands thrown in. I do use them for some trading also. It's funny, of all the technical traders I know, most of the successful ones I know do use Bollinger Bands, and different ways also, not just the traditional method. One guy I know, he only takes trades when candles close outside the Bollinger Band with that same trend direction. So he's not doing the reversion to the mean. He's doing his win rate's very low, but when he wins big. A bit like the turtles. All right, so nothing on there. Gold, XAU, USD. We're in a couple of trades here. We're in this buy still from 15th of Jan. This is one of the luckiest. Let's get out. I nearly got stopped out in this area here, but we weren't. And yeah, it's gone up nicely. And we've had a couple of digs at sells along the way. I don't think we've lost on the sells. I think we had 2 goes at sells. I think we may have lost on one, and we definitely didn't lose on that one. Now we're in another sell. 23rd of May, took a sell, bang, went straight down. It was a good call. And here we've got this. This would be a high on gold, wouldn't it? The high, what's that one? Where's the high? 2,431 and 59 cents. So that's probably a high. It's been broken here, just 2,450, 1.2, 1.25. So yeah, it's it hasn't broken the high, 1 or 2, but then it's just got this sell signal, red QMP filter dot, bearish candle, double top here, resistance level, whatever you call it, bang, straight down. Now, the MACD Platinum is already through the 0 level, but it was already close to the 0 level anyway, and technically there was some regular bearish divergence there if you just want to go from the highs instead of using the blue line. So what I'm aiming for now, I'll give it one more day and see if we can get down towards the moving averages. If we get close to the moving averages, or if the price turns, I'll consider closing half and bringing my stop down nice and tight, like in just above the high of this candle here. And because I've got the protection of this buy, and it's getting close to that stop also, so I don't want to have too much risk on the sell side. Now, if this just turns up and goes up without touching this stop here, then great. Even though we get stopped out in the sell, so be it. That means the buy's offsetting that loss. That's gold. US dollar, these next 3 are just more for curiosity. I'm really seriously considered trading this US dollar. I've been talking about it forever, I know. And I'm the world's biggest procrastinator, I know. But I did a bit of research on Friday looking at different platforms where I can get a hold of this and trade this. So ideally, I'd want to get in a prop firm and trade it, because honestly, it is just, it's the US dollar. And as we know, 72% of all Forex trading involves the US dollar. And this is a this here is against a basket of 6 currencies. So it's the euro, the pound, the yen, Swiss franc, Canadian dollar, and the Swedish krona, whatever it is. I don't know why that's, it's an obscure one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the majors and the US, which is another major. So it's only leaving the Aussie and the New Zealand dollars out. So yeah, so it's and you have a look at all these signals there. You know, I've been tracking this for a while. Obviously, you can go back, have a look. It's pretty. I wouldn't say it's difficult. I'm never going to say it's easy, but it's a lot more predictable. I think that's all. I'm looking into it. US 500, US stock market. Now, where are we at? Last signal's the sell signal. This is I'm pretty sure this is a high, all-time high there, and it's broken up through it, but it hasn't really broken up through it convincingly, has it? Just move it up a little touch, I'd say there, about there, yeah. So it hasn't broken up convincingly. Now, whether you're going to short the US stock market, that's up to you. I don't know. It's probably better to buy these dips. This was a good one here, and it proved to be a good one. Take it up to the high, close, start locking in profit. It's the US stock market. It has a bullish bias. You know, it's made up, this is the 500, so it's made up of the 500 top companies. When a company doesn't perform or underperforms, it gets replaced by a company that is performing. So it's always got a bullish bias. It's just the way it is. BTC, USD, Bitcoin, maybe. There we go. All right, we're back up to the previous highs here. So the highs, what's the high? Probably around here, 73,100 and something. Had another go at it here. And here we go, had another go at it here. The last signal was this buy, and I said this was not a bad signal because we'd had all these divergences here. Remember I spoke about that in the last couple of videos? MACD Platinum's been below the zero level for a long time. This buy was not a bad setup at all. Went up a little bit before falling down, found support at that 60,000 level, and bang, straight up through 70,000. Get to this previous high, start locking in profits, moving, trailing the stop, pulls back a bit, and looks like it wants to go up again. Keeping in mind that this market, you probably can't see it because it's cut out in the video, but this market's ticking over. It's a 24/7 market, unlike the Forex markets, which stop for the weekend. Bitcoin doesn't stop for anyone. We've got a warning signal. So we've got this red dot on the MACD Platinum above the zero level, hence the grey line. And we're at this previous high here, so it may be a time to sell, or at least take some action. Like I said, lock in profits. If you were in the buy from there, good time. See that red dot? Good time to start thinking, time to protect my position. All right, boys and girls, that is it. Like I said, if you liked the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's always appreciated. What is it, Saturday evening, both my football teams, the Queensland Reds, which is my rugby team, had a big win, thrashed another Australian team, which is good to see. And my NRL, my rugby league team, the Sydney Roosters, they walloped the Canberra Raiders. And I missed both games. I was too busy resting. That's a shame. All right, enjoy the weekend. Stay safe wherever you are, and thanks for watching. And I will talk to you good folk during the week sometime. And that's me out, if I find the stop button. See ya.